Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I want to stand out African soldier, African soldier, super African. I want to stand African soldiers now. African soldiers support for freedom. Some are dead and some are living. Those that are dead are still fighting on. Those that are living are still fighting. Shaka Zulu, African soldier. And listen, let's say African soldier. Now they're singing African soldier. But they bring African soldier. Jomo Kenyatta, African soldier. Patrice Lumumba, African soldier. Marcus Garvey, African soldier. African soldier, show your power. Show your power and free your people now. Your people. Your people. Them now. From economic hazard. Save your people. From political nonsense. Save your people. From economic rubbish. Save your people. From political yabis. Save Africa. From economic jargon. Attention, Africa. So, we're still calling African soldiers. African soldiers who fought for freedom.
During a time like this, all that we can say is thank you, God, that we are alive, that we are counted amongst the living. There were many who had good dreams than what we are carrying today. There are many who saw what we are not seeing today. There are many who died unfulfilled. And there are some who didn't do anything as well. But yet they are there and gone. But we are all still here, breathing fresh air every other day that God allows us to continue living. And so we ought to tell him thank you for everything. And so this morning I want to be grateful to the Almighty God that he allowed us to observe yesterday 176th anniversary Liberia. And though the way we want to see Liberia or how we want to see Liberia is not how it is, but let us not lose sight of the fact that we were colonized by a group of people who during that time thought we were so illiterate. We did not know anything. And because of that, we were exploited instead of being helped. And moreover, if we can just take a look back at how our slaves were treated in America, and then they were brought to Liberia, what do we expect? You think actually when those slaves were brought to Liberia here, all of those in America, they were happy. Some of them followed those very slaves they brought here. and started to do other things. And that's why if Liberia is not developed today, we should also look at other factors.
African soldiers who fought for freedom. Nelson Mandela,
But this morning, let me say many thanks to those who thought it wise that Liberia should have been governed by herself.
this month,
And so, if we are where we are today, that's because we built Liberia ourselves.
soldier.
And so, kudos to all of us. Bravo to all of us
Mohammed,
for bringing Liberia to where it is.
Muhammad Ali, African soldier.
Age aren't nothing, it's just a number.
Soldier.
But that we have somewhere to call our own is what matters. Happy belated anniversary to Liberia
African soldier.
as we observe a peaceful, peaceful, and peaceful independence yesterday.
Soldiers now. African soldiers who fought for freedom. Some are dead and some are living. Those that are dead are still
And so it feels good to be here again this morning to present to you.
fighting.
Good morning, Liberia, the breakfast show on the voice of Liberia.
Mr. Let's say African soldier. Now they are taking away African soldier.
And so this is how I like to welcome each and every one of you listening to the program right now. After the holiday celebration, we are back here to continue as usual. Every other morning, we are here to present to you, to serve you breakfast. And it's a pleasure to be here this morning while I am with the others who will start serving you breakfast this morning. Yesterday's celebration was a good one. And today we are here, like I said, there are a couple of things we will be doing here this morning that we have on our plate to serve you with. So, as you are there and we are here this morning, this program promises to be participating one, and we will look out for your participation on the program this morning as we will be sharing with you shortly some of what happened over the time this week or some of what happened yesterday. We will highlight them on the platform this morning. My other colleagues are yet to get here, and as they get here or while they are on their way coming, I am here to start the ball rolling so that we have an understanding of what we are here today. Um, Let me quickly let you know what are some of those things we will be discussing on the platform this morning. Coming up shortly, we will talk a little about what happened in Grand Bassa County, where we saw one of the running mates, the vice running mate, um, in Liberia currently, who says she's the best among all of the vice running mates in the country, um, buying 26 clothes and shoes and other things for some kids who parents might not have bought them something or they may have already settled them, but she chose to do that in her own good gesture. We will be discussing that on the platform this morning. And the next thing we will also be looking at would be some of what the orator of the 26th celebration said yesterday as it relates to one of which we will be talking about will be the closure of all traditional areas in observance of um, the election that comes on in October of this year. That's a good one, as his message yesterday talked about peace and us being united as we go towards the election and holding together, count what may, and all of that. These are things we will be discussing here plus more on this platform as I am here this morning to take us through breakfast. Earlier this morning, you heard me talk about the issue of Liberia. Many a times when you talked about Liberia being 176 years, people will ask, what do we have to show? What can we boast of? What um, can we say about it? And some other persons will say, well, let us just say we are celebrating Liberia and nobody should call how old is Liberia and all of that. Well, it is good at times to tell people how old you are. And maybe for your own personal reason, it might not be good to you to tell people how old you are. But one thing we should all understand is that we are just here for time, people. We will all leave all of what we have behind, and one day they will have to knock at our doors and we will be gone. So even if we have skyscrapers here, even if we have buildings, we have modern bridges, we have all of what it takes, we will leave all of those things here. And you heard me this morning, starting with the point we're in. Um, let us take a look at the country that colonized us. Remember, if you can just paint in your mind this morning, I believe you might have watched some of the clips or the videos that had to do with how Liberians, not Liberians particularly, but how slaves were treated in America. Now we know what they went through. We know how they were ill treated. We know how they were beaten. We know how they were denied of their basic rights. We know so many things that I do not want to recount here this morning. We all know what might have happened to them. Now, even though these are things we should take account of, even though we know that it came a time in the Western world that people decided that slaves should be set free and all of that. But let us also not forget of the fact that there were some who agreed, and there were some who did not agree to the fact that slaves should be set free. And those slaves that were set free, according to history, people thought that they should be brought to Liberia after a search was done. And those who came on their tour decided that Liberia is the right area. Mind you, there were some who came with good intention, bringing on those slaves to Liberia. There were also some who followed and came, but did not come with the expectation of maybe seeing that these persons will live a better life, or those who in Liberia will live a better life, or development will come to Liberia, and all of that because they were bringing slaves here. Now, I want to be straight to that this morning. Like I said earlier, there were some who came or brought those people with good intention, right? And there were others who might have followed later and came to see where these persons were brought. And when they got to know how rich Liberia was, now come to think of it, do you think they were here to build Liberia? Do you think they came here to see to it that those slaves that were brought, or even people that they met here, would live a good life? Come on. If their intention for slaves in America was never good, would their intention for slaves in Liberia ever be good? Where in Liberia, Liberia never had a kind of bill system as it had to do with the system that was already in America, built in America, and all of that. You think, you think, you think some of those who came, they had any good intention for Liberia? And because they never had good intention for Liberia, we were colonized by them. That's the reason why we are the way we are today. You will not see skyscraper, like I said. You will not see the beautiful buildings, the beautiful bridges, or things that you see in other countries today. You won't see it. And so I think that these are some of the reasons that we should take. These are some factors that we should take into consideration. Okay, then it came to the point where maybe natives who were here, or some of those who came with some little knowledge and all of that of how Liberia should be, came to the point that Liberia should gain for independence. Mind you, gaining your independence without having the necessary funds, without having the necessary ideas as to how the place should be, as to how things should be run, as to how people are to move about or do other things they have to do. Mind you, the development we don't see today, these are reasons why they are not into existence. Because if you were in slavery all your life, you were only focused on building things for your master or working for your master and all of that, and you maybe to some point gain your freedom and came, I believe these people came and decided to live a free life, and they were not more focused on going into government or running after other things. And mind you, like I said, some other persons that came, because it is being told that at some point in time, a name like Yapawolo or a name like how they call it, Koluba or some other traditional names. These are people who attend a university and other schools in Liberia. Now, what do you make of that? The same system that was there in America, that's the same system some persons brought here and decided to live on. Certain persons were not accorded rights like other people because they were not Congo people or they were not free slaves and all of that. So we should also take all of these things into account. And the thing about a government is that it needs everybody ideas, no matter what. Even opposition, we need your ideas. Even those who are in position, we need your ideas to move forward. But if one set of people who are in power deem it necessary to be the only persons that we should listen to or the only ones that should do things, then what happens? They will only do what they think is okay, leaving out what really should be done. Until today, even when Liberia gained her independence and all of that, these are things we still continue to see going on in the country. Those of our forefathers who took over and all of that, they came, yes, they started to do what they were able to do in their own capacity because the thing is that one person does not know all. That's how it is. One person does not know everything, or a certain group of people do not know everything. And so, if there is not space for other people to come on board to be able to work towards what needs to be done, you will just find out that the area in which those persons who are in power are able to work, that's the area they will work in. But like I said again, many thanks to our forefathers back there who saw the need to gain freedom from America. Yet and still, all of what we are following today is based on what America came to Liberia with. All of what has been happening, all of the help and all of that, we always look to America for these things. That's good. That's because through them, one way or the other, Liberia, we have some little things we can boast of today. But let us not also forget that some of those, not all of them, some of those who came to Liberia with that intention of bringing slaves, they did not come with the intention to help Liberians or those they brought to Liberia further. They came with the thought of exploiting Liberia, and that is what was done. And even currently, up to present, some of those we have elected, or some of those who were elected, they are still helping these people exploit Liberia further. They are giving out our gold mines. They are giving out our timbers. They are making arrangements or signing agreements with these people that will further plunge the country into chaos, wherein we are rich. All of us know that Liberia is rich. Every one of us, we know that Liberia is a country where even if you just dig under your house or around your house, you will find gold and all of that. What about if you are making arrangement for our mountains and all of that? You just know there are so many minerals that years upon years people continue to take out of Liberia in the name of one concession agreement that was signed some years ago that left Liberia with nothing. And currently, as I sit here and speak to you, these are things that are still happening. Who is that person that can change things around? Okay, we gained independence since 1847. All of the presidents that have been coming, didn't they know that Liberia needed to be better by now? Didn't they know that Liberia needed to have some other things of importance that we can point to? And then we are always asking the question, what can we point to? These are reasons why we cannot point to anything. Because even our own brothers and sisters we are electing, they are not even willing to work in the interest of the people. So what do you expect? It's since 1847. those who might have been presidents. Okay, maybe the first set of presidents, there were people who came from America. They were also free slaves, or people who came with free slaves and decided to serve as governors and all of that. Since typical Liberians started taking over, what have they done? Let us not only limit it to America, yeah, because we can be pointing finger to America and say they are the ones who colonized how they call them, Liberia and all of that. But look at other countries that were colonized by the Portuguese, by French, and France, and all of that. See those countries, how they are blooming. Yeah, that's because the people came with the notion that they needed to build those areas because they felt those areas had what it took to develop those areas, even though they were exporting those areas, but they saw the need to build the area. But Liberia has its own people. What you think those people were thinking about Liberia? Liberia is a slave zone. Look at the life of slavery or slaves in America. Was it any better? Did they rather live life? Like I said previously, there are various audio, there are various clips, there are various movies that you can watch about the life of slaves in America. So do you think you were maybe you were on the people list, or you were on the top list when they even brought slaves to Liberia? What are you thinking? So let us not blame the thing about Liberia not being developed maybe on America or on this is also because of us. If we are not thinking in the right direction, this is what we will get. If we do not want others who have ideas to come on board, this is what we will continue to have. If we will not come to the place where all of us need to come to the table with our good ideas to see to it that Liberia becomes what we want it to be, this is how it will continue to be. So let us stop blaming other people for what we can show and start blaming ourselves for things that we have the power to do, that things we need to do and we are not doing. When we just take one native person and put them in a position, instead of doing things for other people or even to develop the country further, you see them, they start to invest in foreign countries and all of that. So where do you think we are going, people? So this morning, I'm just grateful that we have a country called Liberia where we can sleep, we can wake up, we can turn around, we can do things where we are not being treated like slaves and all of that. But it is incumbent upon all of us to come up with good ideas as it relates to how we want Liberia to be. And we should not leave this to maybe only the government or leave this only to those who are in position and all of that. Even though some of us are not in position, but we have good ideas that we can bring to the table. But the only time you see us or you hear us talk about these ideas is if we have the intention of wanting to be maybe a senator or representative or president. But the moment like okay, but then you are the one who can make the change, we place you there, you start to do something else. And then you leave us with the question as to what can we show? If Liberia will get better, people, if Liberia will ever get better, if Liberia will ever start showing things, like the other day you heard the president comparing Liberia to Miami and all of that. If Liberia will ever reach that stature, we will need to have people who will start thinking big and not small. Because people in the past, that's how they were thinking, small. And you can see as a result of how the way in which they were thinking, you can see it from various structures and other things around. If you really look at during those days schools, you compare it to schools that are being built today, you will see the difference. The classrooms were very small because people during that time, maybe they felt that the population would not have increased. If you look at churches that were built during those times, those churches were very small compared to churches that are being built today. So there are so many reasons why Liberia is not developed. The thinking capacity, if it is small, you will get small things out of it. If one native man is thinking big, you will get something big or something good out of what he's thinking or she's thinking about. So let us not hide our age. For me, I will not hide Liberia age when it comes to someone asking when Liberia gained her independence and all of that. We were the first African country to gain our independence, and other countries that gain their independence after us, they are blooming and all of that. But let us not lose sight of the fact that those persons or people in those countries, they use their resources. Why in Liberia here we allow people to take away our resources, and up to now we are still allowing people to do that. We signing concession agreements based on what is being given to us, based on the percentage that will come to us, based on what we can put in our pockets now and forget about the other people. We have logging companies going in the bush and operating. Those areas they are carrying on their operations in. Those areas lack roads. We are not seeing that. How do you think development comes about? You think we will just sleep overnight and Liberia becomes developed? No. Those concession agreements we are signing, are we really signing them based on us wanting to develop Liberia? So these are things we ought to be looking at and not only be looking at the age of Liberia. We ought to be looking at these things and not the age of Liberia. Like I said, age is just number. But if we want to see Liberia different from what it is, let us, like I continue to say this morning, continue to come to the table with good ideas. That before a concession company can operate in any area, let there be a quota, let there be a car road, paved car road. All those area that has to do with bridges being built, let them be built before these things happen. Know that these persons, those things they are taking from Liberia, these are things they will continue to make money from, right? These are things they are going to make trillions and thousands from. So why not allow them to spend some of those money they will get from Liberia on Liberians in Liberia? And then when citizens in those areas start to complain, people will go about say all kinds of things. They will go there in the interest of Liberians, but the moment some brown envelopes are given them, they have nothing else to say about what's going on in those areas. We are doing harmful things to ourselves. And these are reasons why we will continue to say 100 and this year, what can we show? Because of the way we are behaving. Because of the way we are behaving, we will continue to ask, what can we show? If our president will continue to rally with other countries and see to it as to how these people can come on into our country and establish factories and establish companies and other things instead of just extracting our mineral resources and other things and carrying it to their country, Liberia will get developed. How many factories do we have here? There are people here carrying our timbers out of the country. Where is the factory to make this timber into finished products in Liberia here? Other than what we see around where some of our brothers have their wood workshop and they are into fixing or making beds, chairs, and other things. These people have in their country industries and other things built for these things to make them into finished products. Why can't that be done in Liberia here? Why are we signing agreements only meant to take things out of Liberia instead of things being manufactured right here in Liberia? Because doing that, people, it will provide jobs for some of the many graduates in Liberia here who have graduated from school, not only high school but even colleges, and don't even have jobs. And they are all around looking for one. Even if they have one for $50, $50 US, they are willing to get that. And even if it is something that is $50, you will have more than 100 persons that will apply for that job. If we had companies and things operating in Liberia here, don't you think our brothers and sisters will be working? Don't you think they too will be able to earn money and in their own way develop Liberia? Because if you look around Liberia today, I think Liberia is getting somewhere compared to how it was years back. Because every person who has money now wants to build something for him or herself. Way back, sons and daughters used to depend on what their parent had and wouldn't want to venture into developing anything or building anything further. They were waiting for when their fathers die so they could take over. But today, no one is waiting for his father or his parents to go before they can do what they need to do. The moment someone gets money, you see he starts to build something or he goes into doing business and all of that. So we can all contribute towards Liberia being what we want it to be if we come up with good ideas as it relates to how we want Liberia to be and start focusing on the age of Liberia. Because all of us who are now looking at the age of Liberia, let me just let us know that we will go and leave Liberia here. And Liberia will continue going. Liberia will continue going. We will leave it right here. So if we want to live in a conducive environment, we need to do what needs to be done. If we want to see Liberia and compare it with other countries, it is about now that we need to do what we need to do. Okay, if we will come to a point where we say we do not want to maybe sign concession agreements for other things, we ourselves, Liberians, want to be the one who will take over our logging industry or who the needful, like I said, then we can see as to how we can raise money in the country and focus in those areas. Like agriculture, every other day we are talking about it. A country that cannot produce our own staple food, then you want to blame someone else. We have a minister of agriculture. What has been put in place to see to it that Liberia produce her own food, other than maybe our grandparents or mothers who lives in the interior, they are involved into making bitter farms, making pepper farm, and you see palm nut coming to the city and all of that. But apart from that, what is the Ministry of Agriculture doing as it relates to Liberia producing her own food? That's the reason why people will bring outdated, expired rice and thing in here and will be buying it for a good sum of money and it be causing problems for us. Drinking cold storage chicken in here that expire and all of that. Yeah, I want to come that way this morning. You see people taking our logs and thing out of the country, whereas we can use them right here and benefit from them. Why can't we think of doing some of these? Maybe one will say we don't have the money. Okay, if you don't have the money, I believe you can call experts from out there who knows how to build these factories or these areas that will do these things or strike agreement or purchase these machines and things that are needed to get those finished work done in Liberia and bring them to Liberia and let's see as to how this place can be developed, people. There are countries, African countries, where cars are being produced in Liberia here. If we don't see people from let's say on their own, maybe coming to the limelight with something they prepared, like I don't know, one or two persons that always display that aircraft or what have you. If we don't see people doing that, that's the only thing we can boast of. But where do those things go? This shows to the country that there are people here who have ideas to do greater and bigger things. But where is the support for them to advance further? Where is the support? The moment someone does that, we will praise the person. Yes, this is good, this is beautiful, keep on, continue, and all of that. But what is the country's support towards those persons so that Liberia can boast in time to come of having her own aircraft built by a Liberian? What are we doing? There are people who can come up with samples of cars, of motorbikes built from cartoons and other things. What have we done to improve the lives of those persons so that tomorrow we can have them go out of the country, study, advance themselves, come back and do something good in those areas? What are we doing? We are not focusing in these areas. In as much as other people in other countries are doing great things, are thinking, Liberians here, what are we thinking about? What are we putting together? What are plans we are putting together? What we want to think that all needs to be done by the government. And I'm not speaking only from that point this morning. I'm speaking from the point that has to do with all of us being involved into doing what needs to be done. Instead of us putting on our thinking caps and doing the needful, no. Some of us, the moment we see somebody extending the social ladder, oh, that's when we make our target. Do you think by doing that, it will give you the knowledge that person has? Do you think by doing that, God will transfer to you that which that person knows? You will just be killing another brain that should be doing something good in Liberia. You will just be bringing down somebody who could have made Liberia to be known. These are things we do. For common things around here, we start to eliminate one another. That's not okay. Now, these are reasons why we cannot boast of anything in Liberia. And so it does not need to only be linked to America. Liberia was colonized by America. What has America done for Liberia? That's the reason why I started with them this morning. Some of them came, not with the expectation of developing Liberia. Some of those who came from America came and saw how rich Liberia was and decided to exploit Liberia, like they did around every other African countries and all of that. And just know that, like I said from the onset, if slaves were brought here, you know how slaves were treated in America. So those slaves that came here, they didn't come here to really protect them, to really guide them, to really provide everything that was needed for them. And so since then, we should forget about some of these things and see as to how we can start doing what needs to be done to get Liberia to where we want it to get. And like I will tell you this morning, Liberia, we will leave it right here. Liberia's aid will continue to add up. But mind you, for some of us, the moment we reach 70 years, maybe we won't even be around here. Some of us, 50, 40, we won't be around here. But Liberia will continue being here. So if we want it to be the way we want it to be, then we need to see as to how we can work towards making it to be the way we want it to be. So that other people who will come and live after us, they will say, okay, those who lived before us really did well. If you see Ghana, you see Nigeria, you see other countries the way they are today, it is not those who are living currently that build those areas. No, people who lived before people who are living now were the ones who planned, who orchestrated everything that's happening. And other people who are coming, they are just are living on that and putting up or adding up to what people who did years back did. So if we keep asking the question, what can we point to? Then we should be asking ourselves. And thank God we can be asking ourselves the question, what can we point to? Governments after governments, what can we point to? Let us not look at the age. Let us look at what we are doing. What we are doing. What are we doing to change the narratives of how we want Liberia to be? We go to election, elect people with the expectation that they will do what needs to be done, but then we get to understand that politics is about interest, and once they get there, they start to do things on the contrary. So if they continue to do things on the contrary, other than what Liberians want, then come to think of it, we will continue to ask about the age of Liberia as to what can we show. And I believe there are people listening to me this morning who do not want to continue asking that question, who do not want to continue living in a Liberia where when you enter the capital city, Central Monrovia, the only scent you can get is that of feces all up in a city. We want to see a Liberia where You can go to, like, you hear about people talking about more often going to Dubai today, going to America, going to France, going to other areas. And if you were to ask many Liberians today, the moment you ask them, they will tell you that they want to be in one other Western country or European country and all of that other than Liberia. We are doing this to ourselves. Even though Liberia was colonized by America, but let us know this morning that if Liberia is not developed, we also contributed towards that. Our forefathers also contributed towards that. Those of us living today, we are contributing towards that. And so right now, it is not about pointing accusing fingers. Right now, it is about bringing to table what needs to be done in order to get things done. I might not have all it takes. I might not be able to explain to you on the show this morning what are things we need to do. I might not have the idea as to what are those things that needed to be done. But all of us, some of you listening to me this morning, I believe you have good ideas as well. Though you are not the president, you can communicate to the president. Though you are not the representative, you can communicate it to your representative, to your senators, or whoever it is that you feel can send your message over, and these things can be worked on. No wonder why many a times we have so many dreams on the inside of us, and we don't get to see them come to pass until God calls us. Well, before I go to my talking point this morning, at few minutes from now, that's my first talking point that has to do with looking at Charlene Bronskin, what she did on the eve of 26th. I would like to open the lines to hear from you about what you make of people asking about the age of Liberia. Where are we? What can we point to? And all of that. And just yesterday, we celebrated 176 years. And people are saying when we are talking about Liberia, we shouldn't um, talk about her age and all of that. Well, that's how old Liberia, even older, and even older, because during the time Liberia was not did not gain her independence, she was still in existence. Even before some of our forefathers, from generation, from the time the world was established, Liberia was here. So Liberia is even older than the 176 years that we are talking about. So call the number 0770907907, 0880907907, and let's hear your take on why. How was the celebration with you yesterday? What you make of Nigeria celebrating her 176 years? And what can you really say about Liberia? Because some say we should not um, really celebrate the independence because we have nothing to point to. What can you really say about that? Call us on 0770907907, 0880907907, and I get you connected. Let's have this person. Good morning,
Morning.
live.
I'm Aaron TD. Who call you from Front Street this morning?
Okay.
Okay, I'm monitoring you for the past 10 minutes, and I think you are re-echo what you said. But for me, you are providing opportunities.
Mm,
I don't want you to hold anybody responsible when it comes to age.
okay.
Because if you're very step like living, you live with it.
Sure.
It is that reflection, your achievement, is what will make you to know as to your time of living or your age you have achieved something or not.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can recover. So I don't want you to dwell on people blaming Liberia on our age.
Mm,
You will blame you cannot do any other thing without time.
mm-hmm.
Time is matter. Time is matter. You will see other countries like Nigeria, Africa, Japan. For the disparity in age when it comes to independence,
Mm,
we are far younger than the people.
yeah.
So in order for we to reflect and find a way forward, you got to tell the person that this notion that will carry from that time to today, as to the way forward you are providing now, then we can do that. So that message, because I believe it is a key better message yesterday that the chief did, you try to discuss from that point. And for me, I agree with the chief. I decided to even buy the paper this morning. From now on, because what I expected from the chief, I thought, normally the way he can speak, I thought he was going to just talk about peace, and just call woman he, and call man she. But then to my surprise, the man has spoken well because I have read his history.
Okay, we've not come to that yet. Yeah. That would be the last talking point.
What I read, I went to some of the history that I read, that whole history, and the people did not even to it. See, I was even reflecting the one that I read, where the crew people that brought civilization, when the people came and landed in Cape Town, and the history did not tell me that one. And and those people like their parents are went Freetown. They came by the way of Cape Town. And the way they did it. So I don't want you to go against that, because it is not for the blame for our forefathers. Because all the time is different of our forefathers. That was established at the time. They want to run my people.
Yeah, I just said that there were times that Oluba couldn't attend university in Liberia.
Where will you find the educational people? These people were people that were getting the professor in the US. When someone started school, how people will start school that time. You will take your hand and put your hand around your heel to see whether your hand will reach to your ear. And by that time, you are 12 years. 13 years before you can begin school at that time. Quite soon. All the years I to spend in the country, what were the schools that they built in the country? Even up to now, we're still talking about pastor. Why are the privilege given to the people now up to today? Present day. Why are the privilege?
These are things.
Never have colleges around here. Up to today, they are looking for people who will plan food and get up their robots. So sometimes people will say, oh, our people are watching the news with beer, all of this. We see here. But don't say for you to get $5. The people tell our people all in a village and making them to get to even work and their children. Yeah. So now you see the countrymen come to town and trying to do something for themselves. So I don't want you to go in line with those people that they are there. The only thing we can find a way forward is to where you are. So I don't want you to show people the Nigerian men or the countrymen that come from the village. Talk about our people, they use our people and do everything for
okay, I am not shifting blame on the country people. I said those of us who can say Liberia was colonized by America, and so we look to America for Liberia to be what it is, we should not only look at that.
Look at France.
Okay.
What France did to Africa?
Because America, they didn't also do anything for Liberia as well in that life.
All the countries that America colonized now, they mediate them. If you want to stand on your own today, they will not say agree with you. If you want to go in line with other countries that will help you to develop your country.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Let's have this next person. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You are live.
Let me say good morning to you from my time. My name is Alvin Benoit, and I call from the UN Drive.
Okay.
Well, let me appreciate this morning for the beautiful talking point. Also, let me appreciate the Almighty God for opening blessings to us, our voice to be heard this morning.
Okay.
And my sister, when it comes to the talking point, for me, I would like to join this. I say sometimes we remember the serious problem of our country being backward.
Okay.
Now agree that Liberia was not colonized by the United States. Liberia was colonized by the ACF for America. And then America here, where Liberian people after anything happened going to American embassy. For example, look at Pastor, send a letter of Pastor. I think America now supposed to be there for producing car power or without fire, at least create more job opportunities for Liberians. But people don't have time for all of these things because of the leader know. When you are policy how democracy, every country you enter, you make sure that policy should be part of you. But you can't come and tell a different policy that you are not there for country which you benefit, but then you go to policy that not be different for the life of the people. What's the living condition of going past? It's not prohibited on our present reality.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
When you look at the landscape of Miami, Miami being surrounded by sea and ocean. Aruba being surrounded by sea and ocean. Liberia in Miami is bathing beaches and long in water.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are selling people in Liberia all outside the city is doing here. Why can't you go back to your home and build these same beaches around Morocco, the beaches for the people you were talking about? Miami being like Miami infrastructure. No. But you are looking at Liberia is doing it in a particular place. So, but the way Liberia can put our COVID first and forget about politics,
Mm-hmm.
that's another way I think we will move forward. Like
Okay.
one president, right now, the president, we are always talking about decentralization of our country. How can we Liberia forget about the politics and stop our head around President we are so that we can get road connectivity, we can let us say the problem. One day you find companies to track it. You know, running on the social media, we take day by day from elsewhere, put on the social media like some of killing and going Liberia. I really expect for us to judge this is not in Liberia. We Liberia got to change our minds and attitude as brother brothers to us.
Sure.
That's the time. I think Liberia we got to change our mind and see how that we can wrap our head around any president of our country. This country. Liberia is the only opponent that is left by in the one African region. All African countries are being connected with road connectivity, etc. The only African country from Ethiopia. I don't know why we Liberia we can't put the politics aside here, man. We can transform our country.
Okay.
Because of the Almighty God, other president we are asking to lead with the tribal president we are without decentralization with other president that will come with brown other civilization to see our country move forward. Thank you so very much.
Thank you ever so much. Let's have this next person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Lisa.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, who's speaking again?
You are tuned to Voice of Liberia.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Here is still Ruben Congo. I call you from my residence in your community in the produce in the farmers by the country. I call you I'm going to recruit $1 million. I want to say thank you to Jehovah God Almighty. I'd like to see this 150 years of independence celebration. But despite that, we were going this I celebrated the 170 years in this because I live here from where we have a confidence in putting a rule between the government and Methodist Church to have to put a territory rule. So the respect giving a rule in the consider a football to the friend that all the rest of the in the union find my I think it's sort of a sleeping away that they continue to get the community got to get involved to get them find way to see this from the floor to give each other in here. Here, working my yard, I started to feel myself from the outside completely feel this is like the national police, they refuse to go there. I will still be filled with water, still water sitting all around my house, all my home, and the year I was going through everything I fall down in the water. So that is the
okay, thank you.
About water. And it's in fact of people sending to the public safety diploma or the national police center headquarters. I went there, the commander said, you don't want me to prepare on the air, and nobody in the state, I went there, was making. I met you on the 15th of this month, my sister. He has excommunicated me. I don't hear from him. He has placed me to communicate to. I'm sitting in the water here, my property is on our track.
Okay, thank you. 07709079070880907 are the numbers. Let's hear this person. Good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, you are live.
Yeah, my name is John Well. I'm calling from Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, that will go straight to the point. We, the people of this country, we are one are serving this country.
Okay.
See Nigeria, see Ghana. Our money may be living in our community and see a road coming to your house, you know, have those poor. You will not wait and you say, oh, I will say I'll be supposed to be able to feel that road.
Of course, you will do that.
You know, who going to work every day coming. But in Nigeria, people do competition. Money may be really a good day. You do a mission. You say, I will take the road. I want to do a reason. I will pour it. That's how the American into a good box. The problem of the country, I mean, like, now we back. But not the people. And in fact, that going out on the lab, America, that going on the lab is society. So, even though you say we want to American one, if you can go to export to develop our country. But you just see that in the people opportunity, the people that are seeing business and sales.
Okay.
We can stay that initiative to move over the same one American one in the country to get the power. So that's my talking point.
Okay, thank you. This next person. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Let me say good morning to the peaceful lovely people of Liberia. This is the voice of Musa Eskamara from Congo. Let me say good morning to you people this morning. I think this country we need of collective effort
Okay.
to build this country. All is citizens. You're not going to comment one.
No.
We need to pull our hands together and build a country. And not everything we say and call on the radio, black as the president or black as the government, say it will be all of that problem. No.
Are you there? Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Yeah. Yes, Peter Popular.
Okay, let's hear you. Come again, please.
The only way this country be built on set to change the capacity.
Okay.
As long any president got power, they will fall about all minutes to build the capacity of that people and they will in the way. I think you know about Nigeria. We go to Abuja, right?
Yeah.
You know my mother. She do your city to John PC. But only will ever be built.
Okay.
That will only built.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Thank you. This is Mauricio calling from Johnsonville, Pettertown.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I listened to your brilliant analysis this morning. You know, from start, even when you were playing the African studio music, it very brought tears to me. Because looking at our great nation in the kind of a situation that we have today. And strictly to the point, I want to say we Liberians, our very self are the problem.
Okay.
Ourselves need to change our mindset. The mindset that we have that was putting us down. That crap, jealousy that we have in us, it is the one that killing us. It is true, America, and they didn't do anything. What's about yourself?
That's the
Your
thing.
very self. If you have your child in the house, if you don't give good training to your child, that child gets out. Continue with that same training, that child put that training into another child, another child put that training into another child that will go on and will continue. This is where we begin from 1847 or way back. Yeah, where the problem came from. And we'll continue to go, and the mindset doesn't want to be changed. When are we to change our mindset? When a horse is not on a good solid foundation, it will definitely not stand correct.
Okay.
That's what's suffering us. So when are we to change everything? It's not about government, you and myself. I can bring my business into the country and begin to do business in pro 2, 3, 4 Liberians.
Sure.
And definitely another man can do the same on, and we go. So why every day government they want this one? For me, I'm not registered voter. I'm not even voting because it's better to do your little business. You get me? To employ other Liberians. Why everything you have with the government, even your toilet behind your house, you have with the government to clean it.
That's the thing.
What would that do for you? Extra Ghana go see. Ghana living Ghana for years, no more than years. Our past leaders still went and build all of things there for them. Why we don't have? The next government went and build road in Osu.
or solid road. They get a non-Liberia road, you get a sub-Liberia road. See, why we don't have road in this country? Why is we ourselves the problem? So I want we, the young generation, to think on now developing our country.
Okay.
Let us get out there what we saw there, let us bring it home so that tomorrow our children will live on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my point this morning. I want to appreciate you ever so much for the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's have this next person. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Yes, my name is Boyman William, and I join you from my District 13 resident beside Info Village.
Okay.
My shop at this time. My sister, let me say thanks to you for your analysis. You know, I can say this, and not to say that bad thing I can say or I mean it to say it. For me, really, I believe that if Liberia will be developed, Liberia will be the last country on earth to be developed in Judgment Day. Because the reason, before our nation be developed, the mind of the citizen have to be developed first. If our mind today is not developed, then how will we develop the nation?
That's the thing.
It's not what the country can do for us, but what we can do for the country.
Sure.
It's not add up. So today, we can compare Liberia with other countries, or Ghana, or Sierra Leone, or Nigeria, or other countries, other countries. Those people in those countries that are doing on development, are they different from we Liberians?
That's the thing. But we carry our own answer.
God gave them green blood and gave we Liberian red blood. God gave them different life and gave us different life. Why? We always say this. You see, my sister, even the little one that we happy or that we continue to have under this regime, we begin to misuse it. Our lay role that the government pay fee, all of infrastructure that government pay fee, we have no thinking of taking care of those things. People will see the debt on their house and see it from there and bring it and dump it on the street.
Sure.
So you think if you see the debt on your house, you tell it to your dump site in your community and put it there. So one person on the street, they will see that debt on the street. They will say government got 28. We look at Firestone. Firestone is one of the only robot companies in Africa. Firestone produces a higher robot for one day. Firestone not produce one slipper, one car in a drawer.
Okay.
Then anyway, she extend their contract. Then today we say, oh, Liberia must be developed. How will Liberia be developed? How will Liberia be developed? It is one of the things today that we hearing and we see photos of jetty building or rubber and tire factory in Wiela. You think if this government was not there to embrace that idea for jetty, that they will be able to produce tire and other things in this country? Why? Liberia, I think it is time for we Liberians, we the youth,
Sure.
to start to change our attitude because we want our children to come tomorrow. They will follow our footsteps.
Of course.
What they see us doing today, they will learn and they will continue to carry on. At the end, Liberia will go down the drain. Our suffering, those who are suffering to get independent of this country, they are suffering, they are dead, will go down the drain. And some of us, we are not praying for it. We pray to see we Liberian gentlemen, you are not change our attitude. The food that men will live for Guinea, they will live for other countries, they will come in Liberia, they will make money for our country.
Of course.
We will build a house. We will build a house in the community. We build shop to that house. For us, to make one Liberia, we not able to manage that shop. We will rent that shop to the food men, to the Nigerians, to the Ghanaians, and they will begin to make money for our house. Then we'll go in a swamp and build zero, and then we'll stay out there. We'll collect money from our people. While we there, they say, oh, the country are. Government this, the country are. Right. You think those people that different brain God gave them to do business, the same brain, the same art that we have it. But why we can't sell our own goods in our own shop in Liberia?
Okay, man.
Thank you for the time, my sister.
Thank you. Thank you. You said what was all. Okay. 077090790708880907907 are the numbers to call to participate this morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you from Upper County. Good morning to you.
Okay, you are live.
Okay, my name is Sarah John. I'm here this morning. This is room for people coming to
Okay.
Okay, I listened to your platform this morning. Your platform this morning, I listened to it. It did not tell me, or I never listened to any statement from your end to tell me that yeah, you are impossible by any purpose. Be independent and you believe and make that to your job, your protection. It's necessary for we the Liberians to together with what we call a collective idea to put for our faith in not in if I saw you not to fight for the positive position, the positive recommendation that you have, you're not bringing to the Jews. But whenever we the politicians will make position, that's the time we say that we are the Messiah. But whenever the opportunity, then we decide to show our true color like neighbor. We become the children for Kenya, in such a given Chianta, who step power in the hands of us is the great weapon that we are going to do. And it's true. Today, see that President we are until power. When you were in the opposition, when you did not take the opposition, President we are looking at somebody who are there in the opposition. But today, the performance of President we are able to know that the assets that are being influenced by the team. Let me repeat that come out to one thing. Just for giving me the opportunity and just for every one of you who saw what the president yesterday at the executive party yesterday. Thank you this morning.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Paul Cooper, agreement is testing.
Okay, Uncle P.
Yeah, I agree with many of the callers that for Liberia to change, our mind has to be developed.
Okay.
Because if our minds are not developed, let me tell you, these politicians who went to schools, they know the right thing to, they know they need to do the right thing.
Sure.
But they use our ignorance to maximize or to make money to enrich themselves. If we knew our constitution, if we really our constitution, there will be protests all around everything. Because once you know your right, you know the responsibility of government to you as a person. You get angry when you see somebody happening in the country. My brother and my sister, why should somebody say, "Oh, my boy died in the street," but there's no way to put it back?
Okay, we lost that person. 077090790780880907907907. Connected. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you, my dear sister. I joined the conversation from Central Monrovia this morning. My name is Celeste Jacob, and I'm the person of Akun. My sister, thank you very much for the meaningful contributions you continue to make. It is worthy. Let me join the callers and you to say that until you change a man's mind, you cannot change his mind.
Okay.
You cannot change his state. You cannot change his condition. Because it is the mind that works out working. It is the mind that does the movement is making into places. Is only achieved when the mind resonates on our situation. So for me to move from there and go to Douala, I must have it in my mind, be in my mind, so I can go there. If I don't have it, I can't do it. So if you can't change my mind, it means you cannot change his condition and his state.
Okay.
Why? We the young people should be able to critical thinkers to have our mind be relieved. What do you think Paul has to say in Romans 12, verse 2 that be not conformed to the living standard of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of the mind. It's because the mind controls man's activity
Sure.
of the present.
Sure.
And so, until we change our minds, people will continue to, especially these selfish and greedy politicians, we will continue to use us as tools instead of them being our servants when we elect them to place. We should be as servants to them. We are the ones who become slaves to them because we don't.
Are you there? Good morning. Okay, we lost him. This person. Good morning.
Well, good morning. How are you?
I'm okay.
Thank you. This is the people's governor, the governor for district number 10, Adam so I the most of your point you sent you.
Okay.
Look, let me say good to you, bravo to the to the boss FM family for covering the program yesterday. We say thank you to the management.
Okay.
Look to the issue, many of the callers have been saying like the caller that left before the other caller. Look, Liberia, my man, even if you don't see hard trash can on a major street, that should be there. You're giving reason to people that they should throw that in the area. Don't you know that Liberia, there was the garbage can place so everywhere that people should throw it, even if it doesn't stay there or it's still. Then you're telling people that they should go and in other country, then that you look at it, you see people carrying egg in the street, walk over the street. If that then we need to be real as young people. Our messages we send here, our parents and other people from the rural areas are listening. And you know the people in the rural area go on and say, well, need money. We were in a certain area. Then you can't hold a car for telling somebody that had a call because no garbage can as well. We are 176 years old now. There's a need for us to go on ourselves well.
Even if you
years
put in
apart,
there, like
all
you
these
said, it would
people
not
wasted years, there's a need for us to recalibrate and come back to ourselves and make sure that the nation should be a nation that people should be proud of as a Christian nation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much for having your say this morning. 077 07907 Let's hear you. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
You are live.
Okay, Paul, I was on the line, then my call got someone else.
Okay.
So let me just complete quickly. So I was talking about the mindset. We have to be changed and we have to know our constitution to know the function of government to us. Nowhere in the world, any government will encourage our citizens to bring debt in the yard or to dig hole in the yard and put debt there. Nowhere in the world, any government will encourage the citizens to create your own dumpster. The government should be able to locate citizens where to dump debt. In fact, they should take responsibility. Burning debt in your yard is not safe for you. Digging hole in your yard to put debt is not safe for you. That is the reason why you should pack the debt and take it to the trash can where the government put the debt bucket. We have to educate our people against danger. So, my brother, you can't always be responsible for bringing debt on the street. Should the debt stay in the house? Is that what you're telling me? So, when we start to know the function of government, we get angry. Secondly, we have to institutionalize this country. We got to work within the system. We can't get other people working out of the system, working against the system, even though they're in the system. For example, we got Sir Joseph, who have broken down the transport sector of this country. He is supposed to be there to make that sector function. But he is fighting the sector by bringing in his own transport means. NTA today, there's nowhere to be found. So Joseph should be advocating, should be impacting the NTA management at the Capitol building, happiness. Why people are not using NTA but here less because
okay, thank you. Thank you.
Money. Hello?
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have to know our constitution.
Okay. Let's hear this person. Good morning.
Hello?
You are live.
Yeah. My name is I'm calling from Nikita.
Okay.
Yeah. Saying the school. But we ourselves is
I'm listening.
Yeah. So what we say here So I was scared to get on with one do it. Then some people telling that now, first people of the people today, you know, the dollar of they act there. Now let's do this, still a bit better. Then now they come out with the they take the country every time. It's in the green. They walk. So we do it ourselves. The government is doing it. The nation like the country getting a draft the route getting the money every month. It's something of the relevant. Now, again, you can complain in the country. So, the people that are so really do right. They're telling that they're basically saying that you didn't say that that's true. But it's here. So, everybody, until God, so, why you feel like that you go, I want to how can you do that? Nation, as you do that, as you do, it's always used to bless a lot of people. So now my idea is,
I'm listening.
yeah, so my idea is when the president will decide where to go, you say the president will go there and go and a while order and go. So when we get the president that is, the president, so there our own president, I guess the idea is running and all going to is not one place. So the president that is, when we do that until go forward, that's the only way to receive that will be better. That's the only way. So our own point.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
yeah. So my question is that the president like this, let the president be there until go forward. So that how our own president today. But the one that Trump, they get the president, you have to go with this. So that president, so everybody together, everybody you can't be better. You can't be it's wrong. So wrong. So you can't be better. Let me get together when, mother. So
Okay.
how that girl would be better.
Okay.
So I think we get the president now. Let the president be there until God calls.
Okay.
Then we will see that will be better.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's take one more call and then we have our break before we go to our next talking point. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, my name is Bill Chito.
Okay, Bill.
On Hotel Africa Road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before we discuss president, I will be discussing ourselves.
Sure.
We should change our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first important thing. The second thing is that in our country, we make things hard for ourselves.
Okay.
Someone play potato drink, you sell it for 100 for bonds. You go behind your hall, you take a sour leaf from there, you go in the market, you make it expensive. When the person who's taking the goods for all the time, the person who's taking the goods from other countries and bring it to sell, when they make it expensive, you complain. Now, I was telling the other woman yesterday, I said, you play the potato drink behind your house. You go and root it out. You bring it to one market, you make it nothing out of it. You make it expensive. When the person who's bringing the goods with ship, when they make it expensive, how will you feel? You see, so we suffer ourselves.
Okay.
Everything ourselves. We start from ourselves first. When someone want to be president, the next person will go to the president and say, Mr. President, everybody can eat their own. Let me tell you, that focus, see how best to eat your own.
That's the
If
thing.
they eating our own, it will continue, and our country will still be the same.
Sure.
And we start to choose our master first. That's the only way Liberia can be better.
Okay.
Then we see how to change the capital city. The capital city are market city now. So that city, we don't have city. Small place that we get two cities. We say yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry we lost you. That's all the time we have for course on the first portion of the program this morning. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we will talk about our next talking point on the program this morning.
Oh man, when I got to come in, how are you, sir? Or how are you, boss man?
You but they very coffee. You get coffee that somehow taking kujo. There's person woman I be speaking me because she said I like that energy. They ain't talking about someone that way. Someone that has to do with anything coffee that I share.
Brother, any you are talking about the party, man, never fail. Well, I say, man, never fail because even if you come from when your campaign, that one, you can't have, brother. So long you take that same in there, you come to yourself, you be flexible. You have to clean your body, that kind of crap, or you can clean the book in your body. And one of the more important things something that can do, they can react to you as men in there. They been there to free your back and to do your check, which are what you as men.
But are you telling me all you telling me that? You mean that when I drink someone that I will review any energy that is not in the past. But you got to then what I've been wasting time and killing my energy. Thank you for that brand new. God bless you, Timothy.
Okay, there's some of them, I'm going to see what I'm bringing you. What do call my man is sick and I see I say, oh, the whole looking at say and get to my brother, but I don't get any yet for market shopping so important. The inbox 0886 514871 or 0776 514871 or 0886 550961. So, right up the room, back on the junior.
Wait, someone that you can wear. Someone to
With some you know your some matches.
Okay, this is how we like to come back on the program this morning in our second talking point. And I'd just like to play for us a little bit of what I'm watching here right now so that we all know what it is I'm about to talk about. I told you from the onset that I would have allowed us to have the time to discuss about what was done in Buchanan on um, let's say few days ago, what was done in Buchanan, what was done in Buchanan. I'm trying to get the audio set here. As soon as it's done, I will have it play. As soon as it's done, as soon as it is done, I will have it play here. As soon as it is ready, I will have it play. Actually, it is about what um, Charlene Bronskin did in Buchanan 2 days ago. That's the eve of um, the 26th. She was seen, and there's a video to that effect at the market of Buchanan buying wearings for some children who she saw in that area at that time. And so I just like for us to listen a little bit, please. It is a bit noisy, but I just want us to listen to it a little bit. Okay, let me stop it here. Let me stop it here. Let me stop it here because we really don't have much time. We have another talking point to talk about. Um, Let me first of all say for all of us who are listening, I must first of all commend Charlene Brunskin for what she did on the eve of 26 by using her personal money and taking her time to buy a few things for some children whom she met in the market. That was okay, and I say bravo to her for that. She actually did well. These are things that we are looking out for well-meaning Liberians and other people to continue to help the needy around the country so that those who don't have the means to provide for their children or to get provided for can one way or the other be provided for, though it would not be up to their expectation, but at least it will one way or the other benefit a little bit. So let me say thank you to her for that. But what I actually want to talk about this morning is from the point where these things or some of these things are being done from the point wherein people are looking for our votes. And this is not the reason why these things should be done. Before I could just cut the phone off, you heard her say, or you heard people saying, "Hey, you know this woman is vying to be the vice running mate and what have you. Come on, remember her. Come on." These are not reasons why we should choose to help people because we want power. I will want to be straight to that this morning. These are not reasons for which we should choose to help people who are in need. In the first place, did they take into account as to whether children that were provided for, because these are not children that she took from her home. These are not children that she maybe bought things and went to an orphanage in Grand Bassa to provide these things for these children. These were children where she was just in her comfort, maybe leaving from one point to the next and decided to stop to do what she did. Now, we should not use Liberian people like these people. It's not because we want power to ascend to power, so we should come as though we are coming to help Liberians and be using these things so that Liberians people vote for us. This is not okay. Now, I think this was not in the first place even recognized, like you heard me say. Because if this thing was something that was recognized, I believe she would have bought these things maybe and called children at her house to for these things to be distributed amongst them. Or she would have bought them, go to one orphanage, and be able to distribute these things to those orphans. Like I said from the onset, I said bravo to her for doing that. But then I am also speaking from the statement where you heard the person say, and you're seeing this woman and she's doing it. So maybe that could be the reason for which she even got down from her vehicle to do that so that people would see her buy one or two things for some child and then use that means to vote her. And one will also ask, why is it this time? Has she ever done this before? These are questions people will be asking. And one thing about our politicians is that whenever they go to do little good for people, they have it on camera for other people to see and all of that. Why are we behaving to our own people like this? You could even do this without even filming it. More besides, how many persons, even if it were one person, yes, thank you, but how many persons were she able to get one or two to for which people are saying, hey, you see this woman, they coming election, you should be able to vote for her. Where are we going? Where are we going? Now, This only speaks to the fact that all the politicians are doing around here, like we will always sit on this platform and let you know, is they are seeking their own interest. They are not doing these things with the mindset that they want to help Liberians. They are not doing these things with the mindset that they want to improve our lives. They are not doing these things with the mindset that they want to represent us. All they are coming with is as to how they can gain from Liberia so that they can live a better life with they and their families and all of that. These are not things we should be doing around here. We should not do things good with the expectation of expecting something. No, let us do good willingly without expecting anything. But at the end of the day, if we do that, people, where are we going? Where are we going? Now, I am of the conviction that she has been doing good for other people before. Good. This has not been on camera. Good. She has a law firm, maybe I think, and other things she might have been doing. Good. I thank her for that. But again, why must we do something with the expectation of gaining power, people? If Liberian people love you, they will vote you willingly. If Liberian people want you, whether you do something for them or not, they will actually vote you. But what's the essence of getting in the market and maybe buying a pair of sneakers or trousers or a shirt for two or three child, and then you want everybody there to see what it is that you are doing and urging them to vote you come October 10th? What is the essence of that? Why we continue to fool Liberian people, and we ourselves who are around these people and seeing some of these things, have we not come to ourselves to understand that all of what these people are doing, they are just using us? Well, I am not asking people not to vote Charlie. No, that's not what I'm saying here. But I'm only using what she did to send out a message this morning as it relates to how we are being treated by these very persons who claimed they want to represent us. Little good they do for us, they are demanding something else from us. Now she's coming down to people and providing that so that mothers will see and say, well, in the market, one time I can remember this person did this thing for my child. And so because of that, I'm going to canvas and see to it that I will get in the street. But come to think of it, if she becomes who she wants to be tomorrow, do you think she will come down to do the same thing that she's doing? Has she done that before? She was not vying to be, let's say, vice president, right? Did she ever do that before? But now that she wants to be a vice president of Liberia, so she's trying to win over the minds of Liberians. Why are we this ungrateful? Why have we decided to treat ourselves, our fellow Liberians, in this form and manner? And if some of you will watch, if some of you will watch the clip, like I told you, this is not something that was organized. No, this is not something where these things were bought and distributed to children. No, she just got down from the market. Maybe decided to let people know who she was and that she's contesting and other things. That's the reason why she thought to do that. Because you can hear from the person who's leading her in the market or who's helping her, and you're seeing the woman, you're gonna know that she contesting a vibe. What is the importance of that? You could do that without even people knowing about it. You could do that in an organized form and manner. But I believe whenever politicians do these things, they are trying to make people to see a better side of them, whereas that is not what they are trying to do. And I am not only limiting what she did to she alone this morning. I'm using it to talk about every other politician who comes to this limelight, come with the mindset of liberating Liberians, come to the mindset of rescuing Liberians come to the mindset of, let's say, the fixer and all of that, who are coming with all of these statements and all of that, wherein they are coming to seek their own interests. Why deceived the people? Now, one thing we also need to understand is that we should not only be in government before we help people. We should not only be representative or senators or maybe president, vice president before we help people. If we want to help people and we have the means of helping people, let us do it void of politics. Why are we allowing politics to spoil us in Liberia? Why? To buy things for those children, it was never wrong. And I'm here and saying it was never wrong. But then, why must we be doing it in order for people to see these little things we do and give them state power? Where it, when they even get that, they might not even look at us again. Why? Why are we behaving to ourselves like this? Why are we treating our fellow Liberians in this form and manner? As we gear towards election, you will see all kinds of t-shirts. You will see all kinds of laptops with people on it. You will hear all kinds of things. But mind you, these people are not in our interests. And so, if in your community you know of an old lady, or you know of an old man, or you know of a person who is always in the interest of people, whether the person has money or not, these are people we need to be elected. Even though at times some of these persons they can act all nice, or handsome, or beautiful, but the moment you put them in position or you give them power, they start to show themselves. But we should be looking for people who will live up to their words, people who might have been helping us get things done. These are people we should give power to, and not just give power to people who are showing off. Because at the end of the day, when you place them there, or when we place them there, they will not do anything worthwhile for us. Just like what I was saying this morning. We were colonized by the ACS. We have America's backing, but then at the end of the day, nothing good has been done. And then our own brothers and forefathers took over, but then yet and still we have nothing being done. That's because many of the colors that you heard them say, our mindset. Instead of us thinking on things that would benefit Liberia, that would benefit Liberians, we are always thinking on things that would bring other people down. And this is not how we should go, people. This is not how we should go. Somebody comes and gave you little or nothing. They gave you $20 to go and vote for them. And mind you, the $20 you gave the person or the person gave you that you will just maybe use within few minutes. It is all over. You are giving that person power for some 6 years, where that person is going to enrich him or herself, where they won't even have time for you again. Though we are not sales to know who are those that have Liberia at heart, but again, there's this saying that says, if the birthday will be good or whatever you will tell from the east. What some of these persons have been doing, what they are doing currently, what they had done. These are things that we should look at and know as to whether they were doing it based on a certain kind of motive, to know as to whether they were doing it because this person wanted to be elected, to know as to whether this person did it out of free will. But the first thing is, really, with those we live with in the community, I think we should be the ones petitioning people we want to elect. And not people coming to us and telling us that they want to run for this position. For me, I think that's how it should be. We are in this community or we are in this district. We have 4 or 5 persons in this district that might have been doing good for people in this district. The people of the district come together and sit and say, okay, we have X, Y, Z, we have this, we have this, and we have this. We, the people of this district, we have decided to carry this person because we see amongst the 3% or amongst the four, amongst these 10%, this person has been always in the vanguard to help people of this district. Ordinary people who are expecting anything different as anything back. So as a result of that, let us come together as a district and support this person. But in this thing, people, everybody is in it for what he or she stands to benefit or to gain. That's how the whole thing looks like. But if we make these persons to have an understanding that what we stand for is what we stand for, they will not just enter our districts and maybe just build one little bridge or maybe just distribute a few little bags of rice. And then they wanting us to vote them where they are going to reach themselves and live a better life where we will still be down there in the slums and nothing good will be happening in our lives. This is about time we need to think wise. This is about time we need to do what needs to be done. We need to do, and the part about it, we have social media to our advantage. We have social media to our advantage in that we can see other countries and we are seeing how developed the place is. We are seeing the improvement. We have lots of advantage at our hand. But what are we doing? We're just allowing our brothers and sisters here, who some of us we are even on good note than some of them, and they are just fooling us and wasting our time and making us to go nowhere. And we ourselves, we are allowing it. So, my last talking point here this morning is on the fact that the orator of the 26th celebration was Chief Zanzan Kawa. And when his name was announced, there were many of us who were looking down on him in the sense that we said to ourselves, well, we will have dignitaries from other countries who are coming to observe our independence anniversary celebration. Why is it that the president chose to select someone who uh, cannot speak good English? That was some of us argument, or that was some of us fear. And yesterday we saw the old man display what he did yesterday. And what we forget about is that to have someone from a traditional background, we needed to have heard what we heard yesterday. And if you listen to some persons or you read some of the comments on some of those videos that went viral yesterday, you will hear people saying for the very first time, that was the very first time they had heard uh, 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 the 26th celebration speech in one of the local dialects in the country. And for sure, that was the very first time. But that is not what I want to look at this morning as it relates to whether it was the first time and all of that. But what I want to bring to the limelight is that the old man in his dialect was very vocal yesterday and he gave his message that he wanted to send across to the country. Even though we also understand that the interpreter was adding some things and only to hear because the people will say something short, but then the man will talk, no, he made a program, he added the time or yesterday. But I believe the old man's message went across. And so on this platform, I want to say thank you to you. I don't have any special connection to you. I've never met you in person and all of that. But I want to say thank you to you. Thank you ever so much for braving the storm. Thank you ever so much for accepting to deliver the message on yesterday. Thank you ever so much. And let me just let us know that what was done yesterday has given other persons, other traditional leaders, the courage that when they be called upon at any point in time, they will also brave the storm to do even more than what Chief Zanzan Kawa did yesterday. You know, nothing is impossible in this life. Nothing. The part about us is that we look down on ourselves too much. We feel we are nothing good. We feel that nothing good can come out of us. And whenever we have that kind of mindset, that's things that will come out of us. Nothing good will ever come out of us. But if you are that person who thinks that whatever it is that you go to do, something good will come out of it, or people will get to see the bright side of what it is that you are doing, that's how it will be. So I want to say thank you to the orator yesterday. Thank you. He came out so well yesterday. And thank you for the message again this morning. But the area I want to focus on is this. Yesterday he said they have met in their council. They have met, and they decided that in order for us to have easy access to all of these districts, to go through the length and breadth of Liberia without being afraid, because we noticed in time past, I think it was other they how they call it election in time past, we noticed that during the time of the election in I think Lofa County or somewhere, we heard that the people put country devil outside because they wanted to make women afraid and all of that. But at this time around, this is something that we do not expect to happen again. And he said the reason for which they decided to do that is because they want for everybody to have the means to go in all of the budgets and be able to run their campaigns in the way they want. So nowadays, people will not go to campaign somewhere and maybe you notice that this is a woman going there and they put the man there will also, or this is a man going there, they put woman there will also, where people will have to be honey and all of that. That's a plus to the council. And I want to say thank you this morning for that decision. That was wise of every one of you for coming up with that decision so that each and every one of us have the time to go in wherever we want to go to campaign and see to it that our message be heard. So for those of us who were planning, because we are for this group of persons, but we are not for the other person. So when the people come here, we will destabilize them by using that means. Let us just add our voice to that of the chief elder to tell you this morning that we have heard that all of these areas will remain closed until after the election. So to the law enforcement officers and all of that, whoever will have that notion or might want to do that or will do that intentionally, let the law take its course. Let what needs to be done be to that person. Nobody should compromise these things because, like we continue to say, we are the very persons who are harming ourselves when it comes to development or whatever way we want to see ourselves. We are the ones. That which other people might not be thinking of, that's what other people are thinking about. And if it is not something good that will bring about development, it is something good that will destroy other people, it is not good enough. And so I want to use this video to say thank you to our orator for being wise to see the need that all we want to see during our time of election is peace. All we want in our time of election is peace. We do not want violence. And so we do not want to go somewhere where we are campaigning or we want to go this place to campaign and we are being told, do not go there because the male devil is also or the woman devil is also. No. So once again, thank you ever so much for giving us the time that we will go about our campaign activities without fear. And as we go about our campaign activities, people, we want to go about it in a peaceful manner. No matter what will be said, no matter how people will throw jabs at you, no matter how people will insult your candidate, let us not go violent. Because doing that, let us remember that we'll be doing that to our very selves and not any other person. So with the message of peace that the president continued to preach, with the message of peace that opposition continue to preach, with the message of peace that each and every one of us continue to preach, let us go to the election with that mindset. Because other than that, whatever happens, we are Liberians. We are the ones who will have the aftermath. If anything negative, that's not what we are praying for. God forbid. We do not want that to happen. But if anything negative comes up, we will be the ones who will be at fault. So let us not take that route. Let us be very savor, like you heard the message yesterday, like you've heard other people call on this platform or on other radio stations talking about us maintaining our peace. And I believe that's what the old man wants us to maintain. That's the reason why they have decided to close all of traditional butchers so that peace can reign from that area. You got other people who say, yeah, they were preaching about peace, but they did not talk anything about that. I think he said it yesterday, and we heard it. And so we say thank you to them for coming up with that decision yesterday. So to have your input on the last two talking points, call on 077090790708809079070 and let us know where you stand as it relates to what was discussed. Let's have this person. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, my name is Bama William, and I join you from my District 13 Tupo Village. To be precise, I'm not
Okay, that's good.
Let me say thank you for our next talking point. Just as he put it this morning, the issue of peace is what is paramount for us in this country. Because if there is no peace, today I will not be sitting at my cardinal
Sure.
shop. Today, if there is no peace, you will not be sitting at the studio there to talk about peace.
Sure, this place will be shut down.
It will be shut down. If today no peace, other people will not go out on their normal activities. So even if you don't get food to eat, it's better you must wake up and you can be able to go somewhere with no noise or no sound of like violence or gun. So the peace is matter. And let me say thanks to the traditional leaders, for the program yesterday. He spoke well, and his message was all about peace yesterday.
Sure.
That's the reason why he told us that even the traditional bush or bushes will be closed. Because we don't want tomorrow when somebody go when I can be in a bush, and they say, oh, they're not going to go, everybody go, they hold in the bush. Then at the end, the people will begin to start passing laws and doing other things. So let me say to the chief for the fast, for closing the rural bushes in the rural part of the country.
Okay.
And to all our parents, we shouldn't mind they support us because supporting poor brand. Then when someone say poor brand a big, then I join only for 30. Tomorrow, poor brand and my own person, they will go, they will meet somewhere, they will sit, they will talk.
Of course.
They will drink beer together, they will have fun together. But it's I and you, the common man, they will begin to fight each other for poor brand. Meaning that we only doing it to ourselves, we the common people. We are not doing it to those candidates or aspirants. Because for them, they will appear to us like they are the only person that is clean. They will talk all the talk. But behind the scene, they will meet, they will sit, they will talk, they will discuss, they will eat, they will lecture. So Liberians, we shouldn't let for no politician to put our head together to go against each other.
Okay.
This election is all about Liberia. It's not about President Weah. It's not about President Joe Biden. It's not about Alexander Kume or other candidates. For me, I'm voting President Weah government and I will vote this government. If anybody wins as my president,
okay,
I will still do my capital work. Other people will still do what I'm doing.
Of course.
I will not move for Liberia because somebody wins and we are not win. So the peace is my talk. When the campaign open, when we running the campaign, your own group campaign, by one side, even all of the own group chairs, then they pass too.
Okay.
So it will be okay. At the end, we all will have a campaign fun. After the election, we all will be enjoying and then passing to our normal business.
Okay.
Thank you for the
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have this person. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, once again, my name is Reverend Gangwa. I call for my resident in New York.
Okay.
I want to say thank you all so much for this 1,000 points. For me, I want to disagree with people who are saying that this Ghana Kappa yesterday for the first inside to be like that. So, the one national operation. I can recall that during the administration of Madam Kelly in 2009. If the
Are you there? Good morning. Okay, we lost him. We hope he called back. 07709079079070880907 are the numbers that get you connected on the show this morning. Good morning.
Hello?
You are live.
Yeah, okay. My name is Agas Consult. I want to be thankful to the original message, our traditional. You know, I always go about the youth, you know, surprised when I saw traditional men, you know, standing before the world, you know, on an independent day. As orator, you know, I was surprised, wow, but then I pray speaking another level. Because it's my first time seeing somebody like that, you know, a traditional man, a little very country man, going into that kind of people. Always, we always have the same. I mean, we always see the elite there addressing the independence. And you know, so I was very surprised. And you know, I was happy. I said, yeah, because you know, myself, I saw speaking yesterday. I said, yeah, but then somebody can come away, book anymore, and come and do the thing. You know, we don't have to be for special class before you can do this.
Okay, let's have this next person. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, how are you, madam?
I'm okay.
Yeah, I want to take this time to appreciate you for the unique program this morning. And for also concentrating our mind as a citizen of this nation. You know, in this country, after the distributing rest to the blind and the crippled this woman, I felt sorry for ourselves. Because that people, they got butcher for them. Butcher for them, and they got people, they need to be taking well, they need to be taking good care of.
Sure.
But I to see in the entrance. So see, they're taking how much is half their money?
That's the thing.
It's the 8 cup of it, right? It's very low. See what it is. You know, it's just so sad for our nation. It's just so sorry for our country. Yeah, when the president saying yesterday in his speech that everything is well. Then he's telling us another thing. It's ahead. It's like it's celebration. I can better be here ahead, then at the end of the day, you have everything in your house. You know, my sister is so sad for this nation. And also, our focus. Those people are sharing rest. I want they will just say that me. I can be moved by anything. Because we know them, study them, and we know this. But our mindset is very low. That's the thing that you all try to.
Okay.
We are put to think fast. God know us. We already know them before they know us. But I can live for you for me. All you can say for a person. I think I see
Hello. Oh, we lost her. Let's have this next person. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, let me say good morning for I will come out once again. My name is Alvin Dada and I come from the
Okay, Alvin.
Well, let me continue appreciating the Almighty God for pumping breath into us, our voice to be heard. And my sister, I want to appreciate Jesus and Kawhi yesterday, and also the person who is interpreting Jesus and Kawhi. I really want to appreciate the people. I want to appreciate the president too by remind the traditional people. I didn't say that I can be part of setting or I got a program. You make the people cry yesterday.
Of course. Well, Avi, I know you missed the common English too, the simple English. I say I know you missed the simple English yesterday. Okay. That's it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Let's have this next person. Good morning. Who was that person? 077-907-907-080-907-907. Numbers. Let's go back to the line. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm on the line. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like I was saying, I can recall in 2009, still Primo Barrow from one country was elected to get a national orator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if this is the first time for traditional chiefs to get to first in that party.
Okay.
And secondly, I will not allow program, but I don't know whether he's speaking English or he's speaking a better dialect.
Mm-hmm.
I want to congratulate Chief Shana Kawa yesterday.
Okay.
He really spoke to the consciousness of the Liberian people yesterday.
Mm.
He really, our quite terrified with him yesterday. The whole nation was terrified with him yesterday to keep the expression. And one thing I want to say is that I also want to lower really figures in now doing yesterday. Doing first to cry yesterday. After the press, I was here yesterday. I put the soda coming in my house. Where is sort of water as a puma. Okay, also small water yesterday. Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I went to ask water here. I picked my shower last night.
Okay.
I wanted to tell or 20 hours too much.
Okay.
And then the war yesterday.
All right.
I was very sure. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you for calling. Let's hear you. Good morning.
Hello?
You are live.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate the program. I'm Brother Gassin, a call from the single family, English.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I want to appreciate the papi. He did well.
Mm-hmm.
The information given yesterday was prudent enough. But one of the things that affects me so much concerning that entire program had to do with those opposition who say they stay in the gap of Liberian people.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I hope you call back. I hope you call back. That's the thing. And the president, I think the president said it the other day. The opposition, these are people who wants to rescue Liberians. They want to fix the country. They want to sweep corruption out of the country. But when programs of such is being held, you don't see them there. Well, that's that. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You're alive.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. My name is Peter Eastman. I'm calling from Nigeria. Yeah. My sister, you we listen to it today. And where you're talking to here, you're going to get someone that tells me, then I definitely will talk to you. The two where the person can't working out to do, Joshua. You're going to get someone person to tell the person that I'm in a place. So I tell you, thank you so much for what you want.
Okay.
Something I leave behind is before all these places, what is what they are playing before. Before you step out to the resources, what you want, what you want to want. You can generate the resources, the building, and the turn over for you before you special resources.
Yeah.
But today, without companies without making the resources and something I will share very unprecedented.
Okay.
So my point is, the resources we get, step by step, anything we should get, let us do that.
Sure. Yeah, let the place be developed. Okay.
So I think you when some come behind it, some people that are trying to do
Mm-hmm.
Now, people are celebrating for 20 days because everybody now waiting.
Sure.
You have got the people where the training space, some people working. But now, those near the people, they believe. They not believe that someone killing, they not believe for your fellow friend of the king. They believe that one. That God needs to believe in it. People now crying because they hear the crying, but they feel that yes, but some of them, they still crying, they finish, they will get a job, but they get tired. You get the rest. So make sure they get a job and you see the way on the election here. So they will not define it, the person is using, the person will define after it. You say, yeah, man, I'm going to define after it. Then they take a meeting for they send out the day you have to take for you or teaching the summer. Then they send it back. These are the things they do.
Okay. Thank you.
Point, thank you. I tell you,
Okay.
So now, if they want to do it, they can the way you want to do it.
Sure. Let them do something first before they even start extracting some of what they are here for. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
God bless you.
Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, I'm smoking. I'm a traditional herbalist from Liberia.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, yesterday was our day.
Come on.
Yeah, so all the colors are falling and then we're appreciating our leader. I very appreciate her also.
Okay.
Yeah, I want like to listen to we the tradition people directly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my conversation.
Thank you. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much for having your say on the program this morning. 077090790708880907907 are the numbers that get you connected on the program this morning. Good morning, Liberia, where we are discussing Liberia and hoping for the better for Liberia. But if there will ever be any good in Liberia, it will come from us and not from outside. It will be left with what we are accepting, what we are doing, what we are thinking about, what we are putting to work, what we are implementing. That's how it works. Other than that, we will just be complaining, and nothing will get done. 077090790708880907907 are the numbers that get connected. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Yes, I'm Roberto. I'm enjoying for
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
You are live. Go ahead. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you call back. I hope you call back so that I can hear what you had to say on the program this morning. 07709079070 08809079007. That's it, people. If Liberia will ever be something that we want to see, or our children after us will ever enjoy, or want to live and travel to other countries around the world, it will depend on what we do about it today. What difference can we make? What change can we effect? What policies can we craft that will get Liberia on a better path than what it is? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, built hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell
Okay.
you yesterday, and I was also program.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a traditional herbalist,
Okay.
and I
So,
told the Papa, thank you. I praised him yesterday for what he did.
how you felt being there?
Ah, I feel so good because people do traditional work to be people who now go to school, So you can go up there to express yourself.
Okay.
So I was happy yesterday when I today. And the others will be moved.
Okay. Okay. Others will use him as a role model. He's been on the podium yesterday will motivate other people to know that at any point in time they can be called on to say something or to do something in Liberia. A sense or it prints the picture that Liberia is for Liberians, and what we do here, we should depend on ourselves um, to get what we want to get done. Okay, and that depends on other people, or don't always look at those who are educated and all of that, because I think we've heard knowledge is good, but some knowledge is destroy the world. We send people out of the country, they go and learn. All of what they learn, we are not seeing um, anything good. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
You are live.
Yeah, this is Brother Gatsby again. I went up the line. Yeah, what I was saying had to do with those politicians
Mm-hmm.
who want to rescue Liberia,
Sure.
who are so desperate to transform this country as, I don't know how to describe them.
Mm.
So I left our program, our Independence Day, to
Mm-hmm.
not see one of them sitting there. Man, it was so frustrating to me. But
Okay.
anyway, that's how they are. Maybe they are just kind of people who want power that they won't have time for the people and they
Mm-hmm.
are just pretending.
Sure.
You see, if you're a politician that has some world, you guys are king.
Mm-hmm.
You could mingle with them.
Sure.
Let them know you.
Sure.
And know that, oh, yes, there's a man who want to be president.
Mm-hmm.
And you kept yourself away from the program. It's so frustrating. Then you love the country. Then
That's
you
the
want to
thing.
rescue the country. If you just seek the interest of the country, even wherever the president has said there, it is not in the right direction or whatever, in the right direction.
Mm.
But you go there to listen and your being there was very important. Even that time when the country married, they won't spend a lot for themselves. And we're not getting the chance, though. This time,
Okay.
2023,
Mm-hmm.
October, Georgia, the way. And they like it and their business. Seriously. Thank you
Okay.
very much.
Thank you ever so much for having us stay on this platform. Well, on that note, that's how we like to go home on the program. Good morning, Liberia. This morning, I've been here serving you breakfast, and I want to thank you for your participation. I want to thank all of you who called and was able to contribute on the show. To those of you who called and I was not swift enough to get it, call next time, and we will have you live on the program. Tomorrow, we will be here. Mm, for another presentation of the program. Good morning, Liberia. I'm Famata Duncan, and I've been here alone without my colleagues who will be here tomorrow because they had so much to do yesterday as it relates to covering the program. Thank you ever so much for listening. This is how I like to leave you.